put your cake on a, okay, this is not clean, but a lot of the turntable, you can get it in a moment, the top is burnt because people use the gas burners. This is not heat proof, so you cannot use the gas burner on the turntable. I'm not sure why the material here is not heat proof, but it is so. Live with it. I use a plate first to get this. Okay. So you can see there should be no holes. You can see that the bottom is important to look just above the sugar dough. That is very important. Now this is relatively easy to handle. Later we're going to make a truffle cake without the base, so that is very soft, so that's a lot more difficult to handle. But this is now set completely, it's half frozen, and we have a sugar dough base, so it's quite easy to handle it. Then we mark the top. We need this for piping. We do 6 or 8. We do 8, it looks a bit lighter. Also it depends whether you want to serve 6 or 8 portions from this cake. Then this topping on the recipe, you have no quantity, so now we scale it out. The recipe is on the wall there. There's a lot of different ways you can do the piping of this topping. There's also another way, it's called vermicelli. It's a special tool to squeeze it out, and then you get like a little spaghetti on the top. Then you have to make it a bit firmer. This is too soft for that purpose. It will not hold. So that's why there's no quantity on that recipe, because you can use it for different techniques which requires different consistency. Can you see that in between the line you pipe this back and forth? Okay, this requires very accurate, even piping, then the result at the end is going to look nice. But it means the same thickness, same size of line. Especially important if you want to sell the cake by pieces, that all the slices have the same decoration, the same amount. Okay, so now if you want to cut the cake, you get even decoration on all of them. So you want to have a nice layer, but not too much, because then it comes too heavy. But this is very solid, so when you eat it, it's nice. But if you have 2 centimeters thick, then it's too much. It's overpowering. Okay, now the important, difficult part. Try you have one piece of paper. Try. You have one ribbon? Yes. Thank you. Okay, this paper has to be measured exactly, and it. Okay, now this looks very sharp, so you also could use it as it is. It looks, I think, sharp enough. Sometimes if you have bubbles, right, when the mousse is too cold, and when you not pushing it down enough, you will see you have little bubble here, right? And it's not doesn't look presentable. So, nevertheless, we put a layer of chocolate or a ribbon and wrap it around. So this is quite critical to get the right consistency. So if it's too soft, then we have to wait for a moment, and when it starts to get slowly firmer, then very quickly take it, wrap it around. And the end is critical, that it is very slightly overlapping. If you overlap it too much, there's no way you can get out the paper from in between. So if it's too short, then it all doesn't work out. So it's important that this is measured. So when you measure it inside the cake. So you can, if you put it outside, it will be too big. Right, so if you measure it outside here, the ribbon is going to be too long. And also it depends how tight or how well you wrap it. You fit it. And then there's the next point. When you place it, you have to hold it, because all of this is chocolate. You have to hold it at the very end. You cannot hold it like this, because you have chocolate on all the ribbons. So you have to hold it on the very end. So you just touch a little bit of chocolate. And then you have to lift it and go like this. And have the bottom of the paper exactly on the bottom of the tray. So quite often, if you're not careful, behind here the ribbon goes a little bit up, and then when you finish, you see you have a gap on the bottom. So this is the important point here, that you wait for a moment that the chocolate starts to set a little bit, because in the very first moment it will be very liquid. It's very difficult to handle. So wait for a moment, and then lift it, and maybe you have somebody help you work together, so to control, to make sure that the paper is all on the bottom. And then just pull it and wrap it around the, because maybe show you with the cake cream, because once I do it, it has to be very quickly. I cannot wait, or can it? And so if this is the you have to take it on the corner here, pick it up and go down, and here put it together. So very often the part you hold it will be a little bit too thin, so you can, as soon as this is hold together, take a little bit liquid chocolate and just stick it together again. And then you can push the top a little bit like this, so you get a nicer finish. And it's really critical to get this right. And once, same as with the lady finger, once you start and you get the right consistency here, you have to be quick and exact. You can't wait. So you must have all the things ready. Make it a bit more interesting. We put two colors. First we pipe white chocolate, and we have to wait for a moment until it's not completely hard but set a little bit, because if the white chocolate is not set, we put the dark chocolate, of course it will mix up. And last point, the paper underneath is to have less mess on the table. You could do it directly on the table, but then you're going to have a big mess. Again, finish the line outside the paper so you have clear lines in here. So you can already get a dry run how you feel the paper with chocolate. To set. So now it's quite warm temperature, so you don't have to panic. If it's a bit cooler, then it can set quickly, especially for the dark chocolate. Cold, too warm here. Again, this is compound, not couverture. And if it's couverture, we would have to temper it first, and then we have even more challenge with temperature to control it, that is not too cold or too hot. It is important, if you put it too early, it will melt, so it will mix up with the dark one, and then it looks just messy. And again, same as, make sure you get your tools ready, you know exactly what to do before you start to mix this. Then you need to take a small knife and pick up a corner here so you can lift it up. Another point, when you work on your table, work convenient, don't work on the other side of the table. Right? This is much easier. You work here, it's very difficult, but work here where you have a convenient and comfortable position. Okay. See, once it starts, it will go relatively quick. Then you need to wait until it says set. And then, you see now this part here, where I touch it, it's not completely covered with chocolate, so you take or spoon or knife and just fill up the space again. This is joint. This is the way to do it. And then, because we use a paper, just let this get firm, break it off, and you have a clean table. So this is the better than you put on the table, and then you have a big mess. Also like this, you have less wastage, because on the table, you cannot get everything off. Here, once it's firm, you just take it off like we did the decoration, and then melt it again, so you have no wastage. Then, for the decoration, on the top, remember what I said yesterday, what we use? We use the pineapple leaf. This is very cheap decoration actually, but it's very nice.
Is there a way you can make it so that you can eat it?
Huh?
Can you candy it?
You can candy, but then you might lose the color. The only other way is to make it with green chocolate or green sugar. But then the green sugar is very, very short shelf life again. Then you can put it in a cooler. If you put it in a cooler, it will get it melt very quickly, so it does not really work. You need to wash it, wipe it so it's getting dry. Then you need to cut it to size